Well, guys, we got to talk about it, man. I'm here to tell you, man, all the reports that I've got, everything that people have sent to me, every little X clip, every little social media clip says Shedeur Sanders left Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns speechless today after practice. Now, we know Shedeur has been hampered, as they say, with an oblique injury, and he wasn't able to play in the game.
Well, it looked like Shedeur Sanders is back on the practice field, man, after coming off an oblique injury. He was out of commission for about a week, man. Now, it's no guarantee that he will start or even play Saturday, but just to see him back in practice make me feel a hell of a lot better. I will tell you that, knowing this whole situation that is happening with the Cleveland Browns. Now, footage was released of him at practice, and Kevin Stefanski talked to the media. With all that being said,
the whispers started spreading through Cleveland's practice facility like wildfire. Shedeur Sanders was back, and what happened next left Kevin Stefanski and the entire Browns organization absolutely speechless. After being sidelined with what they called an oblique injury, the rookie quarterback didn't just return to practice. He completely took it over. Teammates stopped what they were doing, coaches stood in stunned silence, and suddenly every narrative about Shedeur's readiness got flipped upside down. What you're about to see from today's practice session will make you question everything you thought you knew about this so-called injury, and why the Browns might have been playing games with their most talented quarterback all along. Look, I've been following this Shedeur Sanders situation since day one, and something about this whole oblique injury narrative never sat right with me. You want to know the truth? I think we've been witnessing the biggest smoke and mirrors show in the NFL, and today's practice just pulled back the curtain on everything. Let me paint you a picture of what went down today in Cleveland. Picture this: Shedeur walks onto that practice field for the first time in over a week, and immediately you can feel the energy shift. The guy who was supposedly hampered by this mysterious oblique injury is out there moving like he never missed a beat. We're talking pinpoint passes, laser throws, missiles down the field, and the most telling part? Kevin Stefanski's reaction.
When he went out there and played the Carolina Panthers. That's why I say, man, it's smoke and mirrors, man. It's a lot of lies going around about Shedeur Sanders and the reason why he's not getting reps. But he's taking advantage of all the opportunities he's getting in training camp and in practice. And what he did today, man, they said, man, he was looking spectacular. And we still haven't heard word on Kenny Pickett. I mean, is he going to suit up? Is he going to get some time?
Now here's where things get really interesting. And this is why I think there's been a deliberate plan to keep Shedeur on the sidelines. Remember when they said he had arm soreness during the Carolina Panthers game? Did you see any signs of arm soreness when he was out there slinging that rock? Absolutely not. The kid was throwing dimes, connecting on every route, and showing the kind of arm strength that makes defensive coordinators lose sleep at night. But let's talk about what really happened today, because the footage tells a story that the Browns front office probably didn't want getting out. Every report I'm getting, every insider I'm talking to, every piece of footage that's hitting social media, they're all saying the same thing. Shedeur Sanders didn't just return to practice. He completely dominated it. You know what I love most about this whole situation? The teammates' reactions. When you've got guys like Myles Garrett, a guy who's seen everything in this league, when you've got him talking up Shedeur Sanders, that tells you everything you need to know. These veteran players recognize real talent when they see it. They know who gives them the best chance to win games, and it's not even close. Think about this for a second. You've got a locker room full of professional athletes who have been watching this quarterback situation unfold, and when Shedeur steps on that field, suddenly everyone's paying attention. Tight ends are running crisper routes, receivers are fighting harder for contested catches, and the entire offensive energy shifts. That's not something you can fake or manufacture. That's pure quarterback presence.
Injury, nature, severity, that sort of thing?
It's a lot. No update. Doing well. Expect him to be out here, back out there pretty soon.
It looked like Cedric didn't. I know he didn't practice.
Yeah, dealing with a thumb thing, but should be fine. Not long term.
And how about Kenny Pickett? What's going on there?
Continuing to progress. He's doing everything in his power to get back out there ASAP.
What about
No, he's fine. We just a lot of this is just getting some.
And here's what's really driving me crazy about this whole situation. The way some people are trying to downplay what we witnessed today. I'm seeing Cleveland radio analysts, I'm seeing podcasters, and they're all scrambling to explain away what happened. But you can't explain away excellence. And that's exactly what Shedeur showed today. Let me tell you something about this kid that separates him from every other quarterback in that Browns facility. When Shedeur was at Colorado, he didn't just make his receivers better, he made them legends. Travis Hunter didn't become the number 2 pick in the draft by accident. Travis Hunter didn't win a Heisman Trophy because he was lucky. That happened because Shedeur Sanders has this incredible ability to elevate every player around him. Now imagine what that means for the current Browns roster. You've got talented receivers who are hungry for opportunities. You've got a solid running game that needs a quarterback who can open up the field. And you've got a defense that's tired of being on the field for 40 minutes a game because the offense can't sustain drives. Shedeur Sanders is the answer to all of those problems. But here's where this story takes another twist. And this is where I think the Browns organization might be playing a deeper game than any of us realized. Think about the timing of this injury. Shedeur gets hurt right before a crucial preseason game, sits out just long enough to create questions, and then comes back looking better than ever. Does that sound like a natural injury progression to you? I'm starting to think this whole thing was orchestrated. Maybe Kevin Stefanski and the Browns brass knew exactly what they had in Shedeur from day one, but they also knew they needed to manage expectations. They needed to create a narrative where Shedeur earns his spot rather than just being handed the starting job as a rookie. Today's practice might have been the unveiling they've been building toward all along. And let's talk about what this means for the other quarterbacks on that roster. Where was Dylan Gabriel during all of this? According to reports, he was hanging off in the back while Shedeur was out there commanding the field. That's not a coincidence. That's a young player recognizing when he's watching someone operate. On a completely different level, Kenny Pickett, still dealing with his own injury issues and uncertainty about whether he'll even play. Joe Flacco, he's a veteran presence, but everyone knows he's not the long-term answer. The writing is on the wall, and today's practice session just made it crystal clear who the future of this franchise is.
But today was all about Shedeur. Like, you listen to some of these podcasters, or you listen to some of these Cleveland radio analysts, man, they was talking about how Shedeur looked out there. And that's why I think Tony Rizzo is so upset, because you have to give this man an opportunity. You have to give Shedeur Sanders an opportunity. When he gets an opportunity, he knows how to play. He's a flat out baller, man. He is an NFL quarterback. I mean,
you want to know why some people in Cleveland media are getting upset about this situation? Because they're watching a generational talent, and they know that every day Shedeur isn't starting is a day the Browns are wasting their potential. Tony, Rizzo, and other Cleveland insiders aren't stupid. They can see what's happening, and they're frustrated that politics and veteran respect might be keeping the best quarterback on the sideline. But here's what I think is really going on. And this is where Shedeur's intelligence and maturity really shine through. This kid understands the game within the game. He knows that every practice, every throw, every interaction with teammates is building towards something bigger. He's not just trying to win a starting job. He's trying to win over an entire organization and fan base. And from everything I'm seeing, it's working. When you've got teammates stopping their own drills to watch you throw, when you've got coaches standing around with their mouths hanging open, when you've got social media exploding with practice footage, that's not normal. That's special. The crazy part is, this is just practice. We're not even talking about game situations where Shedeur's real talent shines. His pocket presence under pressure, his ability to extend plays with his legs, his decision-making in crucial moments. If he's looking this dominant in controlled practice situations, imagine what he'll do when the lights come on and the games count. That here's my prediction, and I want you to remember this moment when it happens. Shedeur Sanders is going to be the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback sooner than anyone expects. This whole oblique injury situation was just the setup for his triumphant return. The Browns know what they have, the teammates know what they have, and after today's practice, there's no more hiding it. The question isn't whether Shedeur will start. It's how quickly the Browns organization will stop playing games and give their best quarterback the keys to the offense. Because every day they wait is another day they're not maximizing their Super Bowl potential. And let's be real about something else. Cleveland fans deserve better than what they've been getting at the quarterback position for years. They deserve to watch a player who can make the throws, who can command the huddle, who can turn a struggling franchise into a contender. That player is already on the roster, and his name is Shedeur Sanders. Today's practice was just the beginning. This was Shedeur's way of announcing that he's ready, he's healthy, and he's not going to be denied much longer. The smoke and mirrors phase is over. Now we get to see if the Browns are smart enough to recognize greatness when it's staring them in the face. What do you think? Are the Browns finally ready to unleash Shedeur Sanders? Or are they going to keep playing it safe with veteran mediocrity? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this quarterback situation is about to get very interesting very quickly. Subscribe and hit that notification bell, because this Shedeur Sanders story is just getting started, and you don't want to miss a single update as this franchise-changing situation unfolds in Cleveland.